Welcome. This meeting will be held in accordance with California Government Code Section 54953, subdivision of the Ralph M. Brown Act, California Government Code Section 54950, Series Resolution Number 2022-137, and the Federal Americans with Disabilities Act. While this meeting will be physically open to the public, given the state of emergency regarding the threat of COVID-19, members of the public may also participate and comment via the application Zoom. Welcome everyone to the City of Ceres, today's City Council meeting, Monday, November 14th, 2022. I now call this meeting to order. Roll call, please.
District 1, Councilmember Casey.
Here.
District 2, vacant. District 4, Councilmember Klein.
Here.
District 3, Vice Mayor Silvera.
Here.
Mayor Lopez.
Here. And if everybody can please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance before we will have Tim Gianosa with the invocation.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, City Council. Please join me in prayer. Father, thank you for gathering us here. Thank you for a great city to live in. Thank you for the people who serve it in such an incredible way and the help that they give many people. So as they seek to make decisions today, would you give them wisdom, would you give them discernment, understanding? They constantly keep in mind what is best and good for those in this community. And Father, bless their families for the sacrifices that they make. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
The pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, nation under God, indivisible, liberty.
Thank you, Tim. Today we have 3 presentations, and we will begin with Lung Cancer Awareness Month proclamation. That is 2 presentations, 2 proclamations, and 1 presentation, excuse me. Declaring November as Lung Cancer Awareness Month. Whereas lung cancer is the leading cause of cancer death in the United States and in California, accounting for more deaths than colon cancer, breast cancer, and prostate cancer combined. And whereas according to the Center of Disease Control, there were 85,124 new lung cancer cases and 57,484 deaths because of lung cancer between 2015 and 2019 in California. And whereas lung cancer in individuals who never smoked is the 7th leading cause of cancer-related death and accounts for 17,000 to 26,000 deaths in the U.S. every year. And whereas the stigma surrounding lung cancer creates barriers to early diagnosis, treatment, and funding for research, creating a detrimental impact on quality of life of people diagnosed with lung cancer, and adhering awareness and research into lung cancer risk factors. And whereas organizations working in California, such as the American Lung Cancer Screening Initiative and Women's Lung Cancer Forum, are committed to educating about lung cancer screening, and working to increase lung cancer screening rates in Ceres. Now, therefore, I, Javier Lopez, Mayor of the City of Ceres, on behalf of the City Council, Vice Mayor Brett Silvera, Council Members James Casey, and Mike Klein, do hereby declare November 22nd, 2022 as Lung Cancer Awareness Month in Ceres, and recognize the need for research in lung cancer and encourage all citizens to learn about lung cancer and early detections through lung cancer screening. Thank you. This proclamation will be mailed to the American Lung Cancer Screening Initiative. Now today, if we can have Renee Ledbetter, Brandy Meyer, Amy, Medina, Irene Ortiz to please stand up. Today we have our 2nd proclamation for Business Saturday in the City of Ceres. Declaring November 26, 2022 as Small Business Saturday in the City of Ceres. Whereas the City of Ceres celebrates our local small businesses and contributions they make to our economy and community. And whereas the small locally owned businesses of Ceres are vital to our city's economic health. And whereas the City of Ceres recognizes the impact of COVID-19 pandemic and has had on our small businesses and those they employ, encourage all to shop small all year long. And whereas small businesses employ over 46% of employees in the private sector in the United States. And whereas advocacy groups as well as public and private organizations across the country have endorsed the Saturday after Thanksgiving as Small Business Saturday. Now therefore, I, Javier Lopez, Mayor of the City of Ceres, on behalf of the City Council, Vice Mayor Brett Silvera, Councilmember James Casey, and Mike Klein, do hereby declare Saturday, November 26, 2022, as Small Business Saturday in Ceres, and urge the residents of our community to support small business and their merchants.
If I may, I would like to say thank you. And unfortunately, Renee Ledbetter could not be here tonight. So on behalf of the Ceres Chamber of Commerce, I, Brady Myers, President, will go ahead and accept the proclamation on our behalf. And also to remind everybody, with all of the big box stores out there, we want to shop, of course, but we also want to make sure we not forget to shop local on November 26th here in Ceres. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We will now move on to item number C, Center for Human Services presentation. Haley Brown and Esperanza Gonzalez, welcome.
Thank you, and thank you everyone for having us here today, and a special thank you to Councilman Casey for inviting us. My name is Kaylee Brown. I work for Center for Human Services and Ceres Partnership, and I'll let
I'm Esperanza Gonzalez and I work as a promotora from Ceres.
So we're going to share a little bit today with you guys about what we do at our Family Resource Center. First, I just want to share that everything at our Family Resource Center is free and open to anybody in Ceres. There are some special requirements for some of the programs, like having children 0 to 5 or meeting certain income requirements. But we are really a no wrong door type of organization. So if you have any kind of needs, if you're working with families that have any sort of needs, you can always contact us and we can find resources if it's not something that we do at our site. We do have a PowerPoint playing, so if you guys want to take a look at that, you can look at it, but we're going to give you a brief overview of all the services we provide at our site. So I'll start off for us here. And so our Family Resource Center has been in Ceres since 2002, and we provide a variety of resources. I'll just share a few. We provide emergency assistance support, which has been really crucial since COVID and the COVID recovery. And so that support looks like concrete support like diapers, wipes, household items, utility assistance, some housing assistance, a variety of like concrete items that we can provide to families to keep people in their homes, keep them housed, and help them, stay on their feet. We also provide navigation services, which is basically working with one of our staff for families that have been affected by COVID to find a job, to get maybe a better paying job, to apply for application assistance if it's CalFresh, things like that. So we have a wide variety of assistance for people that are just in need, that really just need a helping hand to get them back on their feet again. And we also have some other fun resources and things for families here in Ceres that I'll let Esperanza share a little bit more about.
Really? Yes, we also do some connection with the community, and the most important thing we do is to make the community part of this city and this engagement. We normally engage pregnant ladies or families with have little ones, 3 to 5 years old, that cannot qualify for regular preschool. They can join us in our classes. And also in Promotoras, we have been in the Promotoras program for more than 10 years here in Ceres and Keys. And we do different activities with the ladies that especially underserved people, mostly Hispanic community, but we don't restrict it to one language. We accept anybody to want to participate with us. And our programs, we do focus on mental health and also some other leadership like cancer prevention or other engagement with the community, that people that engage with us really feel connected with the resources in the community and find any needs that they can feel that they can provide. They can come to us and we can connect them We won't have all the services, but we can connect it with most of them. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for, again, for inviting us here today. We have a few flyers we'll leave in the back for anybody that wants to have access to the resources. It gives a little brief overview of our services. We also are always looking for volunteers, donations, that sort of thing. So if you guys are ever interested in helping with that, we have some food on site, those sort of concrete things. So if you ever have any donations or anything like that, we're welcome to have those. And thank you again for having us today.
If you could tell everyone exactly where you're located.
Yes, we're located at 1317 Grandview Avenue, and that's right behind the dollar store, behind Hatch Road. So yeah, you guys can, again, we'll have our phone number here. Also, it's 209-541-0101. And we'll leave some of these flyers in the back there.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. We will now move on to citizens' communication. While the city council welcomes and encourages participation in city council meetings, adopt the rules allow no more than 5 minutes. Resolution number 2007-106 for expression of non-agenda items. Matters in the jurisdiction of the city council and not on the posted agenda may be addressed by the general public. However, California law prohibits the city council from taking any action on any matter which is not posted on the agenda, unless it is determined to be an emergency by the city council. Citizens are entitled to address the city council on any agenda item subject to the 5-minute provision. Anyone wishing to address the city council must adhere to the rules of decorum. The rules of decorum are posted outside the chamber's doors. Is there anybody here that would like to make a comment? Business communication is now open. Thank you. Please state your name.
Yes, my name is Eric Doman, and I definitely like make a comment. Feeding the cats at the park by the east area. This guy been feeding the cats for the past 5 years over there. And the way I look at it, it's like he a self-appointed governor, right, of the park, because apparently he's under the camera. He said the camera working. How he know the camera working? So if the camera working, you guys already know he is over there feeding the cats. So that's squared away. You know, you don't need to figure it out. It's about, you know, is right or wrong. Should we feed the cats at the park? They're coming over from the golf course. Number two, the guys who work in corporate America, a big corporation, like Lance Olson from Turlock, California, he goes and tell the other officers it's okay if we punch the card. That's finished already. Everybody know you ain't gonna be punching nobody card when you work. I told everybody you punch your own card. But he was telling our officers, no, give me the cards and let me punch them. You guys go home, go take a shower. And that's what they were doing. So my report was falling on deaf ears. Because when I returned my report in, they cut them short, never reached corporate, right? Because we get so much security, they make up their own rule, especially when we have security for the private companies. Everybody's security. So what I'm trying to say is the guy at the park, I wasn't bothering him, but he was asking me if I have a problem. Definitely not. I don't have no problem. That is all finished. The guy who owned the gas station on 76 gas station on Carpenter, right by the Social Security office. The owner of the 76 gas station attacked me with a golf club, right? Tried to play golf. He thought I saw me and him were talking. He was screaming, call the police, call the police. He was trying to say like, this is not the mall. Okay, that is squared away because I'm still here telling you guys. I don't blame the regular policeman for showing up because all he wanted to do was fight the police, the one in uniform, and tell them that, oh, they came over here and make trouble. As not. I went in there for shopping, buy some coffee. So why should I come over here and just make up stories? We can go to the gas station, ask the 76 owner why he thought I was on golf ball. He's still there. So The guy Rubin, Chevron gas station right here on Mitchell Road. I walk in there. I just walk in for put gas. He tell me, you don't come in here and act like what you call that one badass. So why I acting? I'm not acting. So like the guy at the park too. Why he tell me if I get trouble? I don't want trouble. That's why I come here tonight to let these guys know. Just because they're working for big corporate. I work with ex-policemen, servicemen, everything, right? Big company. They think so they gonna get away. Telling the other officers, give me your card, let me punch you in. That is wrong. Because I work construction, I punch my own card. So this guy, he live right here in Turlock, California. We community, right? So why he think that he can get away because he work for a big company? You know, nobody can touch the big companies. Nobody can touch them because they own all the lawyers. But one thing he forget. What? He gonna come over there, somebody going down a gas station, go ask the guy why he try to play golf on top of my head. No, I told him, if you like go play golf, you go to the golf course. So that's the story. Nothing is taking action. Nobody even, get mad or anything. But when you're working with officers and you tell the officers, give me your card and let me punch them in, so what? Then not only that, we're supposed to turn the camera towards the parking lot.
Sir, your time is up.
Oh, very good.
Thank you
That's
very
all,
much.
that's all I like to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else who would like to make a comment? Please state your name. Thank you.
John Warren, City of Ceres. On November the 8th, the Banner Flag Committee Veterans had its opening ceremony here at the community center. It was a little damp outside and they made some reservations for us upstairs. Have the ceremony and it turned out quite nice. I want to thank the city staff for doing such a great job. Sam's department, Public Works, worked very hard to install all the banners before the ceremony. And that would be Al and his street gang got those all up and it was very much appreciated. And then that day, some of the folks, I think, noticed that some of the trees on North Street and Third Street were kind of blocking some of the banners. And so Kenny and his crew got right on it and trimmed those things up so that they look very nice. So I want to thank the city and the staff and Sam and his crew for doing a great job. Also, city staff for dealing with the POW and MIA flags. They're in place. They're at our community center, police station, fire station, and I think that's a really wonderful thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone else who would like to come up and make a comment? Seeing none, is there anybody on Zoom?
There's no hands raised on Zoom
Any emails?
and no emails received.
Citizen communication is now closed. Moving on to appointments and board commissions. Interview process for appointments to the Planning Commission. Mr. Holm?
Thank you. Thank you. We've got 2 vacancies on the Planning Commission. What we propose to do is what we've done in the past, which is have the mayor and 1 city council member of the mayor's choice form a panel to interview applicants. We've already opened the application window. Hopefully we'd like if scheduling permitting, we'd like to have those interviews on 2 weeks from now on November 28th, ahead of our next city council meeting. At that meeting, this would be after the interviews have already happened. The city council would propose their recommended person, 2 people to appoint. on the planning commission, and the city council would have the opportunity to talk about it and ratify that decision.
We want to have the interviews the day of and be prior to the meeting? That's
Yes,
the goal. Okay.
So are you looking for the appointments to be made on the 28th?
yes. So,
Well, you know, with my train of thought is with the election that just took place, couldn't we just make the appointments when the new council takes a seat, which would be December 14th? So the new council could talk to them, you know, if they want to in the audience and make the appointments at time. We can still have the interviews because I would imagine it's either going to be Mr. Vice Mayor Silvera or Councilmember Casey would be part of the committee. But you also have 3 new council members. Or at least, yeah, are going to, 2 new council members. They're going to be taking a seat on December 14th. Couldn't we appoint them then?
we could at the council's pleasure. We're trying to keep that meeting light, if possible, but we could do that. We just want to make sure we do it this year if we can, because there are planning commission meetings that will happen starting in January. We want to have them prepared and ready.
The positions will be expiring in December? The 2
Yes,
positions,
at the
they
end of
will be
December, yes.
Expiring in December? It's,
I have a question.
go ahead.
We've spoken to all the planning commission members, and are they all the ones that can return, planning on returning? We stumbled on this last year pretty badly, and I'd like to avoid that this year. Communicated with all of them to see who wants to come back. If they don't, then we know we have those spots. I'm taking it for granted you've done all that already, and then plus Mr. Martinez's spot. So all but one are of the existing besides Martinez are planning on coming back? Is that
Yes,
what you're
we
saying?
have 3 returning members.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, 3 returning members and then 2 vacant spots.
I should say not returning exactly. They're in the middle of their
Yeah.
terms.
So, okay, so their terms don't expire till later on? The other 3?
Yes.
That makes sense. Is there any? I wouldn't have a problem with that. I mean, we could still have the interviews.
It's something, you can still have the interviews.
Yeah.
Which would be no problem, but then we just come back the 14th and there's no planning commission meeting set for December. Is there?
Is there?
There won't be on the 3rd Wednesday or 3rd Monday of December. And I believe the city council date in December is the 12th, by the way.
The 12th, okay.
And there's no planning commission meeting set for the first Monday of the month, is there?
We anticipate there will be a planning commission meeting. We believe there will be a planning commission meeting on the first
one?
on the first Monday of
And you'd
December.
still have a full planning commission because,
We will at that time, yeah.
right? Because their new term wouldn't start till January 1st.
Yeah, yes.
Or, yeah. So you still have a full planning commission.
And Daniel Martinez won't be sworn in as a city council member yet,
Right.
I believe.
So he can still attend the planning commission.
Right, okay,
Right.
that makes sense. I'm okay with that, Mr. Casey.
Fine, so we'll do planning commission appointments and the swearing in of the new council members the same meeting.
So is that
Cool.
okay? So
We
the
have to
14th,
swear in the new council meeting members first
we'll figure that out.
to vacate one of the spots with a new council member on the planning commission, correct? Yeah, that makes sense to me. I can support that. Do we need a motion for that or anything?
So
Uh,
just for clarification.
just
Well,
Correction.
and then
Just
here's
real
the other
quick,
thing, the question was
Mike,
out here.
I just have a quick question. So we are moving this, we're doing the interviews on the 28th. But then on the first meeting in December is when we'll go ahead and swear and make a decision to swear in the same day. Okay, that makes sense.
So and the other part of your question is, you know, you need the mayor and one of their council members.
Correct, let's not get ahead of.
You know,
ourselves.
unless there's no objections. I know in the past, we've always had the mayor and the vice mayor
Mhm.
was set on the thing. And if there's no objections from Mr. Casey with it continue to go in that path, I would like to make a motion that we'd have the mayor and the vice mayor set on that interview panel. Mr. Casey? That's fine with me.
So I'd make a motion that we'd have the mayor and the vice mayor sit on the interview panel for the planning commission.
Second.
Roll call,
Mayor,
please. Yes,
sorry to interrupt. Before you take a roll call vote, we should open it up for public comment.
yes, I would really, thank you very much. Let's open that to public comment. Is there anybody in the public that would like to make a comment on regards to the interview process and appointments? Seeing none, is there any, oh, yes, go ahead.
Not my job.
Is this,
I noticed the guys up there by Hatch Road, by the bridge.
wait.
They going back there again.
Hold-
They,
hold on
they
one
they
second.
asking for money and stuff.
Hold on one second. Are you
What?
going to make a comment in regards to item number D, interview process? for
Oh,
appointment?
okay.
That's the only thing that we can make a comment on.
Or you comment about something else?
No, unfortunately, that was earlier. You had your 5 minutes, sir.
I just like say the guys back up there on the, walking
I
on the street.
understand, sir, but we can't make a public comment on that matter during this time.
Oh, yeah, everybody see them up there, but how come they
No,
coming
I'm
back?
telling you right now that, yeah.
It's okay for them to go back on a bridge? I
No,
mean,
no,
it's like,
you're not listening to what I'm trying to tell you, that you cannot make a comment outside of the interview process.
okay, yeah,
Okay, just wanted to let you know, so.
Yeah. because they getting aggressive. What if you
Oh, no,
come
you're
up
not-
close and the guys jump the car, So that's right.
I don't even know.
What was that? Sorry, I was listening to you. Thank you very much. Okay. Is there any comments on Zoom in regards to appointments and commissions?
There are no hands raised on Zoom.
Okay. Thank you very much. That comment period is now closed. Bring it back to the council once again.
You have a motion and a second already on the floor.
Go ahead, roll call, please.
District Councilmember Casey,
Aye.
Councilmember Klein,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Silvera,
Yes.
Mayor Lopez,
Yes.
motion passes 4-0.
And thank you for your patience. Appreciate it. Moving on to conflict of interest. Is there anybody on the council that would like to declare a conflict of interest? Okay, seeing none. Moving on to the consent calendar. All matters listed on the consent calendar are considered routine in nature and will be enacted by a single motion unless otherwise requested by an individual council member or public for special consideration. Otherwise, a recommendation of staff will be acted upon by a roll call vote. Is there anyone in the council that would like to pull a consent item for further discussion?
Item number 6.
Number 6. Any other items? Is there anybody in the public that would like an item pulled? Seeing none. Anybody on Zoom that would like an item pulled?
No one on Zoom.
Okay, looking for a motion?
Move to approve 1 through 5, 7, 8, and 9 on the consent calendar.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Casey,
Aye.
Councilmember Klein,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Silvera,
Yes.
Mayor Lopez,
Yes.
passes 4-0.
Item number 6, motion accepting the 2020 and 2021 Measure H financial report for the period ending June 30th, 2021. Mr. Casey?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Measure H, I believe, I know it was a ballot issue, and since its conception, we've had a couple of resolutions changing what the intent of Measure H was. I find that the audit to be in order. It accounts for all the money, but I think that the money being spent for Measure H is being spent erroneously. It was a ballot issue, and we've had a couple resolutions since it was ballot, and the people voted for the ballot of Measure H. Were under the impression it was to hire new police officers and new fire people. And I think for various reasons, the previous councils, again, had passed 2 resolutions diverting that principle. So I think going forward, we need to consider how the Measure H money is being spent. And then that's, again, the audit accounts for the money, but I think the money is being spent erroneously.
Thank you, council member. Is there any other additional questions? Comments? Anybody in the public have a comment on item number 6? Anybody on Zoom?
There's no one on Zoom.
And with that being said, you have a motion? Approve?
Move to approve number 6 on the consent calendar.
Second,
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Casey,
Aye.
Councilmember Klein,
yes.
Vice Mayor Silvera,
Yes.
Mayor Lopez,
Yes,
passes 4-0.
thank you.
Now, can I please ask a question?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Mike. Go ahead.
You know, looking at number 6, didn't it have a resolution tied to it at the previous meeting? There was no resolution on, okay, thank you.
No. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and skip through. Yeah, we have nothing else, actually. Interesting. Okay. What we do have is we have a closed session, item number 10 and 11. Reports. Excuse me, let me take that back. Is there any referrals?
I have nothing.
Referrals? Go into reports?
Wait,
Did we,
not necessarily a report, but.
okay, hold on one second, Mr.
Oh,
Casey.
I'm sorry.
Before I ask the council members, I just wanted to say that I don't want to steal the glory from Mr. Chavez and the committee, but I'm really happy that we finally got to the point where we have the banners up. And that's all I wanted to say. Council members, you want to go ahead and start, Mr.
Sure.
Casey?
Yeah, I'll ditto, I mean, follow up on that. I think it was a great beginning to recognize our veterans, and I think our recreation manager worked very hard to make it happen, and our public works, of course, to hang them up. And thank you very much. I would like, this is not necessarily, but we've had all kinds of, we've had several people bring forth communications within the city. So I would like the staff to consider having after the new council members are in place, having a public workshop to get input from the people on how we can better communicate what's going on in series. You know, every council meeting, we have, 4 or 5 and half a dozen on Zoom. I think we need to improve the communications between our city and our community. We work for them and they need to know what's going on. So I'd like the staff to work on something, let's have a public meeting, a workshop, something after the new council members get on board. Thank you, Mayor.
Council, does that sound like something be like a workshop? Is there anything like that, Mr. Terraza, that you might have had on the radar, something close to that? Just kind of like an informational, just kind of laying out what we have now versus what we could accomplish. Like I know there was the texting idea. We do have a Facebook. We have our website has been newly developed, and I know there's an app coming. Put it all together, kind of just to see how we can.
As I sit and think about how we might be able to package something for the council's consideration, maybe it's a series of recommendations that we could present to the council to do that, to improve public communication. And if part of that includes a workshop, we could certainly do that. But maybe the way to approach that is for the staff to spend some time on coming up with some options for the council, presenting that to the council, and then giving the council the opportunity to provide staff direction. So if it, again, at the council's pleasure, but that would be a process that I would recommend to the council.
Okay.
Well, and I know we talked about this at the last meeting and looking through all the audits and stuff, there was a thing on there that they just renewed their subscription to Survey Monkey or in that realm of things for the city. So, that's an avenue that I think that we can look at, like was discussed at the last meeting, as far as a text message to people, and they can always opt out of it, so they can take a short 5-minute survey or input. So, those are options.
Okay, I guess there you go. And there's no necessarily timeline, just, is that okay, Mr. Casey? No necessarily timeline, just when you guys feel the time is appropriate, bring it back.
we will do that. Thank you,
Thank you.
Mayor.
Thank you very
Mr.
much. Any
Casey.
other council members, Vice Mayor, any comments? Vice Mayor? Okay. City Manager?
Thank you, Mayor. Just very quickly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, Mayor.
It looks
Just
that way, but I
very
shouldn't have looked at it
quickly,
this way.
wanted to report that we do have a full contingent of code enforcement staff on the job these days. 2 code enforcement officers, 2 part-time employees focused on cleaning up illegal dumps. We had recently added a new dump line for members of the community to call to report illegal dumps. 209-538-3867, 209-538-3867, and 3867 translates into dump. So if you see an illegal dump out there, call 538 dump. It will get reported to our code enforcement staff, and our staff will get out and clean it up. So I'm hoping folks are seeing the improvement around town, but we do definitely have more resources devoted to code enforcement at this point. So that's it, Mayor.
Thank you very much. And now we'll ask the city attorney if you have any comments. I was looking at you earlier, but I should have been looking over you.
Thank you, Mayor. No, nothing to report tonight.
Okay. Department heads. Okay. I believe County Supervisor Chance Condit's office is online. Yes, we see your hand.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Russell Fowler, Supervisor Chance Condit's office. Pleasure to be with you. I know Supervisor wishes he could join you, but he's currently at the CSAC conference in LA, the Association of Counties. So just one thing to report on tonight. We did have a very successful community cleanup day out at Central Valley High School. Last Saturday, we filled up 21 dumpsters with trash that either would have resulted in blight or illegal dumps. And we're very happy about that. Want to thank Mayor Lopez for showing up and all the community's members that volunteered. And from our end, this should be a something that happens hopefully about twice a year. So it's something we're committed to. But all in all, it was a great day and nice to be with the public and take care of something that needs to be taken care of. With that being said, I'm happy to take any questions.
Thank you very much, Russ. I really do appreciate you being a part of us helping up clean up our city. So thank you very much. Any other?
I'll
additional
pass the
comments?
message along to the supervisor. You guys have a great night.
Thank you. Have a great night. Okay, now we can move on to closed sessions. We have an item for conference with the labor negotiators on 10, and item number 11 is also representing the part-time extra help employees who are not represented. Thank you very much. This meeting is now adjourned. Thank you. Closed session is now complete and direction has been provided to staff. Thank you.